Bam, so much of the playoffs is about game-to-game adjustments. What do you feel like they did differently, maybe on the defensive end, that impacted you guys on offense?
Man, I feel like honestly we just made mistake after mistake on offense. You know, not communicating, throwing the ball away. You know, like just turnovers that shouldn't happen in the playoffs. And we need to check that box.
Bam, when facing a team like Boston, is it really crucial to not even just have a fast start, but at least an efficient start? Because obviously game one was the 14-0 start, and then here you guys had 10 points off the turnovers for Boston. Can you just kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think we really brought that dog tonight, like we did in game two, where it was, set the tone from the jump. And we didn't do that tonight. So, obviously when you don't have that type of dog mentality, you can get blown out by 20.
And you guys, as a team, you guys' three-point rate was down. You took 28 threes. Was that Boston respecting the shooters more after what they did in game two, or is it, like you were saying, the turnovers and the lack of execution not earning the threes?
Yeah, and then on top of that, I feel like a lot of our guys passed up open shots that they should have shot. And, we weren't doing that in game two. Everybody was letting it fly, and we was living with the result. I feel like you can't, once you get down 6 or 7, you can't not shoot the ball. And I feel like that's going to be on film.
And Bam, you mentioned, like, right from the start here, you mentioned obviously from the mistakes. You were vocal in that first half at one point, like right before the half, just in the huddle with them at one point. What stood out to you in just obviously being vocal to grab that attention with your teammates, but at the same time, they did also out-rebound you guys slightly. What stood out also from, like, the physical standpoint of the game?
It's going to be a physical series. This is the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a dogfight. And if you don't bring that dog, this is what happens. In that huddle, it was basically, just addressing, the lack of detail. Letting guys run in on a free throw and get a tip-in layup. Those type of things that can't happen in the playoffs. You can get away with it in a regular season, but, possession by possession matters in the playoffs.
Two-man action with you and Tyler generates so much for the offense right now, especially with Jimmy out. Did they guard it any differently than they have in the first two games, or was it pretty similar to what you guys have seen?
Nah, pretty similar. Me and T just need to make better reads. We get in the paint. Anybody's in the paint, kick it out, and this time I'm going to yell to my teammates to shoot the ball.
Bam, you mentioned the turnovers earlier, and there was obviously a big gap in turnovers and points off turnovers. How much did the Celtics' ball pressure in full court bother you guys, and how important is this battleground in the series for you guys?
No, I just told you we got turnovers because we was careless with the basketball. I don't think it really had anything to do with their pressure. So, to that question, like I said, if you watch the game, we had lackadaisical turnovers. Unforced turnovers for no reason. And I feel like that was the difference.